The power of positive thinking is well documented. But what about the power of negative thinking? Can dwelling on the negative have just as much of an impact? In this video, we'll explore the phenomenon of negative suggestion and how it can impact our lives. We'll also discuss some ways to overcome negative suggestion and turn it into positive thinking. Negative suggestion is a form of mental programming that can occur when we're exposed to negative messages on a regular basis. These messages can come from the media, our friends and family, or even our own thoughts. Over time, they can program us to believe that the world is a negative place and that we're not good enough to overcome the challenges we face. Fortunately, we can overcome negative suggestion by becoming aware of the messages we're exposing ourselves to and making a conscious effort to change them. We can also choose to focus on the positive things in our lives and use positive affirmations to counter the negative messages. If you find yourself struggling with negative suggestion, remember that you have the power to change the way you think. With a little effort, you can overcome the negativity and start living a more positive life. These are the most important negative suggestions we believe in. You're not good enough. You'll never be successful. You're not pretty, handsome enough. You're not smart enough. You'll never find true love. Money is the root of all evil. If you don't work hard, you'll never amount to anything. Good things come to those who wait. If it's meant to be, it will happen. It's too late for you. All that glitters is not gold. Most things that seem perfect are actually imperfect on the inside or outside. This includes people, jobs, homes, relationships. When we think about perfection in this way, we can start to see through our own limiting beliefs and build up a sense of self-worth, which ultimately allows us to overcome negativity. Pay attention to what triggers your negative thoughts so you can address them when they occur. Oftentimes these thoughts have roots in past events, so try reflecting on what has happened and where the pattern began, even if you aren't sure. Then ask yourself if there is something positive about the situation or person that negates your initial thought. Reframe your thought by replacing negative words with more positive ones. Repeat the new sentence out loud several times until you really believe it. When you feel ready, repeat it out loud at least once a day. That repetition will create a habit that may help you gradually move towards believing the change. The key is patience and consistency. For example, each time I go home from school, I tell myself I am tired, but I am doing my best. I have been doing this for about 2 weeks now, and it has been helping me remember to focus on what I'm grateful for instead of dwelling on how tiring my day was or how much work still needs to be done before tomorrow morning. To overcome negative suggestions, we must first recognize them for what they are: untrue thoughts that don't reflect our reality. Once we identify the negative suggestions, we can start to challenge and reframe them. Negativity is everywhere these days, and in this day and age, it's very easy to be affected by it. Whether you are listening to the radio, watching television, or perusing social media, negativity surrounds us at all times. But with some simple suggestions, you can overcome the negativity and instead live a more positive life. Acknowledge the negative thought or suggestion. Identify the evidence that supports the negation of the thought. Find a counterexample if there is one available. Replace the thought with a positive affirmation that more accurately reflects who you are or what you want to be, if necessary. Use self-compassion exercises such as journaling, mindfulness meditation, yoga, taking time for yourself, etc., to combat stress and anxiety, which often cause these types of thoughts to manifest themselves in our lives. Remember that difficult emotions are just temporary states and do not define who you are. Keep a journal to track your progress. This will help you build confidence over time and allow you to evaluate how effective your methods have been at reducing or eliminating negative thoughts. Consider visiting a psychologist to explore any deeper issues. Remember, everything happens for a reason. Be patient and give it some time. As long as you're actively working on overcoming the negative thoughts, their power will diminish and eventually fade away altogether. It takes time and effort, but it's worth the reward. You are worth fighting for.